So what happened to Judy?
What did I do?
What happened to Nick?
You're even dumber than you look.
Stupid carrot farming dumb bunny.
And they responded in completely opposite ways.
I want to be a real cop.
Well, you can't. You can only be what you are.
And that has defined their entire lives.
This is why she needs Nick. She needs some of his cynical realism, and he needs some of her optimism, frankly.
Put Jason Bateman in everything. Does anyone do it better?
Are you tearing up?
I am tearing up because of how funny it is. Hello and welcome to Cinema Therapy. I'm Alan Seawright, a professional filmmaker who needs therapy. I'm joined by my co-host,
Jonathan Decker, licensed therapist who, try everything! Listen, I tried something.
You tried.
I tried everything.
You tried everything. You're not going to bat 1,000 if you try everything.
They're not all going to be winners, folks.
That's your home! Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
Zootopia, right?
We're talking about Zootopia. That's what that was supposed to be.
We already did a Zootopia episode.
We did a Zootopia episode. We were mostly focused on implicit bias. This time I just want to talk about the characters primarily. Judy and Nick.
Yeah.
And what do they learn and how do they grow and how can we learn and grow like them to be furry?
Kindly return my friend's tickets.
Come and get them. But watch out, because I'm a fox. And like you said in your dumb little stage play, us predators used to eat prey. And that killer instinct's still in our DNA.
I'm pretty much sure it's pronounced DNA.
Don't tell me what I know, Travis.
You don't scare me, Gideon.
I love the dialogue specificity there. I'm pretty much sure, and then don't tell me what I know. Like, it just sounds so regionally specific.
Ooh. Right in the nose.
Oh, you don't know when to quit, do you?
Ooh, that's pretty dark.
Pretty gnarly.
I want you to remember this moment the next time you think you will ever be anything more than just a stupid carrot farming dumb bunny.
In fairness, Carrot Farmer sounds like the edited for television replacement. Like when I watched
Carrot Farmer.
You racist white melon farmer. That was from Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Yeah.
Awesome, Judy.
Yeah, that Gideon Gray doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, he was right about one thing. I don't know when to quit.
If you're gonna have like a total badass one-liner, give it to a little baby bunny.
Psychologically, the layers here in this scene, it really seems like, okay, she was scared, but then she gathers her courage to fight back, and then he pushes even harder. He's bigger, he's stronger. She's scared again, but then she stands up with resolve and grit. And it's real and it's genuine, and Judy's badass. At the same time, we do see later that there's an undercurrent of what he said and what he did landed and stuck with her.
She internalized some of it, yeah.
And I think this is one of her great traits, is no matter what everyone else says, she says they're wrong. And honestly, in history, anyone who's ever done anything that people said couldn't be done dealt with this exact thing, where they had it inside themselves and said, I'm gonna prove everybody wrong. Help us make this show and get a whole lot of cool extra stuff doing it. Our Patreon is having its annual holiday sale right now, where you can get things like exclusive extended director's cuts and Patreon exclusive episodes.
Grab bags, random crap that Jono and I come up with. You also get deep dives into psychology and filmmaking stuff.
Blooper reels.
In addition to that, our Patreon is actually called Cinema Therapy Studios because we're a film studio. And we're working on a feature called The Vessel, and if you are a member of our Patreon, you can be involved in the entire process.
So that sale is running through December 23rd. Give the gift of us. Get an annual membership. I'm so sorry.
So gross.
To our Cinema Therapy Patreon, 16% off if you sign up before December 23rd. You can sign up for yourself or, you know, a little holiday gift. Enjoy that.
That's 2 free months.
Yeah, do it.
Do it.
And that dream of becoming a big city cop? Double whoopsie. She's a meter maid. And whoopsie number 3, no one cares about her or her dreams. And soon enough, those dreams die, and our bunny sinks into emotional and literal squalor, living in a box under a bridge, till finally she has no choice but to go back home with that cute, fuzzy-wuzzy little tail between her legs to become... You're from Bunny Burrow, is that what you said? So how about a carrot farmer? Does that sound about right?
Oh, man.
such a great...
Careful now, it won't just be
I
your
love a
dreams
big,
get
long,
crushed.
breathless monologue
No one tells
that
me
picks somebody
what I
apart.
can
It's one of
or
my
can't
favorite, like, writing tropes.
Be not some jerk who never had the guts to try to be anything more than a popsicle hustler.
All right, look.
She's trying.
Everyone comes to Zootopia thinking they can be anything they want. Well, you can't. You can only be what you are. Sly Fox, Dumb Bunny.
I am not a dumb bunny.
Right. And that's not wet cement.
Oh, man.
I love. If you're gonna do a buddy cop movie, which this is exactly what this is, make them polar opposites in their worldview. Mm-hmm. Right? She automatically believes the best in everyone. She automatically believes you can accomplish anything that you want to. And he, to his bones, knows that that is false.
Yeah.
Neither one of them is correct. They both have to learn to meet in the middle. It's such a fun thing to have play off each other. And if you're a good writer, it means you get to have a lot of fun interactions of people just... And that's what you want. You want the drama. You want the characters smashing into each other a lot.
Well, and true to a lot of like cynic versus optimist relationships, you said neither of them are right. And that's true. They're both wrong, but they also have a kernel
They're
of...
also both right.
And this is why they need each other, because everything he said about how Zootopia actually functions is fact. That is the reality of that city. And yet idealism is the only way things change.
Right.
You have to believe that things can change first in order to affect the change. The one thing he says that is absolutely true, it's just not true the way he means it, is that you can't be anything you want. You can only be what you are.
Okay.
That is a Sly Fox. That is a slyly profound line. He means it as an insult. He means it as there's a ceiling, you'll never break through it.
You're only going to be a meter maid with a cute fuzzy wuzzy tail.
And what is actually true is that she can't be like the big water bison or the elephants or the rhinos. She can only be, she's a bunny.
Yeah.
She's small, she's intelligent, and she's fiery,
Sure.
right? So if she's going to break through the ceiling, she still has to do it as her.
Right.
And her unique talents, her unique gifts, her personality, her interests, she brings all of that to the table. And in that case, he's absolutely right. He's wrong in that she can never do anything beyond what he's prescribing to her. It's going to be hard, and the fact that a lot of people, or animals in this case, get trapped underneath that ceiling doesn't mean that it can't be broken through.
What is your problem? Does seeing me fail somehow make you feel better about your own sad, miserable life?
It does, 100%. Now, since your sans warned...
Yeah, so we're going to talk about
I guess
Schadenfreude.
we're done?
Fine. We are done. Here's your pen.
Hey. First off, you throw like a bunny. Second, you're a very sore loser. See you later, Officer Fluff.
He does have a miserable life, though, and he masks it well, and we'll talk about his masking. Oh,
You
nice.
don't need a warrant if you have probable cause, and I'm pretty sure I saw a shifty lowlife climbing the fence. So you're helping plenty. Come on.
Holy crap. Jennifer Goodwin's delivery on that is just all time. You're helping plenty.
Well, and it's also a good example of, okay, I wanted to approach this person my way. They're not responding to my way, so I'm going to play by their rules. I can be duplicitous and sarcastic. Are these the rules we're playing by? Done. Let's do this. And I'm going to do it better than you because I'm Judy Melon farming hops.
Melon farmer?
What the hell's a melon farm?
We later see in the film that Nick carries a lot of trauma from being rejected, trauma from being judged, trauma from being told exactly what he's been telling her the whole movie.
Yeah.
You are this one thing. You can only ever be this one thing. There's a reason why he grinds this axe. And there's also a reason why he masks with this, I don't care. I don't care about anything. You can't get to me. You can't hurt me. Everything's a joke. I'm above it all. He's not. He carries a lot of pain. Both of them are masking. She's masking the insecurity of what if everybody's right? What if I never can make it? What if I fail? And she's so scared to think that thought
That she won't let herself. Yeah.
she buries it super, super deep and is just nonstop positive, nonstop confident, nonstop I can do it. And that's her mask.
Yeah, well, and we have a whole episode talking about toxic positivity on Inside Out. You can probably find it right there. I wanted to talk about Schadenfreude really quickly because it is my favorite word and concept. It makes perfect sense for Nick because, like you said, he's masking, he's covering things up. So when he sees people who are overly positive fail, he's like, I was right. So the Schadenfreude is real and applicable, and it actually works. Schadenfreude is also just a fun concept.
Yeah.
Because I am also broken.
Well, and it validates his worldview.
Yeah.
Right? Because she's spot on when she says, does seeing me fail make you happy? And he says 100%. She's calling him out on who he is and how he is. And his way of dealing with that is, again, I don't care. You can't get to me. You can't hurt me.
Yeah.
And everybody can be hurt. That's my number one rule of therapy.
Hurt people?
Just that I can if I choose
okay.
to.
And after this, he's now feeling
Thank you.
vulnerable.
Never let them see that they get to you.
So, things do get to you?
I mean, not anymore, but I was small and emotionally unbalanced like you once. That's true. I think I was 8 or maybe 9, and all I wanted to do was join the Junior Ranger Scouts. So my mom scraped together enough money to buy me a brand new uniform because, by God, I was going to fit in.
He's so sweet and
I
hopeful.
was the only predator in the troop, the only fox.
Okay, Nick,
I was going to be part of a pack.
ready for initiation?
Yeah, pretty much born ready.
I was so proud.
Okay, now raise your right paw and deliver the oath.
And I just love that he's willing to
Nicholas
tell
West
this story
promised to be
because
brave, loyal, helpful,
she saved him.
and trustworthy.
Even though you're a fox.
And he never expected it because of this.
No! What did I do wrong, you guys? No! Please tell me, what did I do wrong? What did I do?
If you thought we would ever trust a fox without a muzzle, you're even dumber than you look.
So what happened to Judy? A bully knocked her down and said she was dumb. What happened to Nick? A bully knocked him down and said he was dumb.
Yeah, or that he was bad or untrustworthy.
And they responded in completely opposite ways, and that has defined their entire lives.
Yeah.
I learned 2 things that day. 1, I was never going to let anyone see that they got to me.
And 2?
If the world's only going to see a fox as shifty and untrustworthy, there's no point in trying to be anything else.
Nick, you are so much more than that.
Ooh, emotion. Not comfortable with that.
How about we go out to Chuck in Traffic Central? Chuck, how are the things looking on the jam cams?
It was getting too close for him.
Yep.
Well, and to your point, he opens up because she saved him. Most of us aren't going to have the opportunity to save someone's life in some grand heroic fashion. But in saving him, she did something that all of us can do. She showed that she cared about him.
Yep.
And in broad strokes, she just saved his life, so this is why he's opening up. But in the smaller nuance, it was, here's somebody who actually cares about me.
Right.
Because what he's had this whole time, the whole reason he's got this lone fox thing and too cool for school and I don't care about anything, never let anyone see that they get to you, is because he doesn't think anyone's going to care about him. He's a shifty, untrustworthy fox. And when she sees him and cares about him, he's willing to get vulnerable and open up. Again, then he closes with humor, but the mask comes off. And this is the crucial scene for both of them because he did save her life, but also she's starting to realize, I've been making mistakes, but these mistakes don't have to mean that I can't achieve what I'm setting out to achieve or that I'm going to fail. Like big capital F, fail permanently. I'm going to have small failures along the way. And so the whole time that self-confidence of I got it, because she can't make a mistake. And that keeps her from being humble, it keeps her from being teachable, and it keeps her from accepting influence. Here, she saved him, he opened up, and all of that happened while she was making mistake after mistake after mistake.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Yep.
So for both of them, the masks are dropping, and the real confidence for her comes from, I can still have my tenacious can-do attitude. I can still have my grit and this belief in myself, but that belief in myself can now be coupled with, it's okay for me to be flawed. And in his case, I can still be funny and sarcastic, and I can still have a devil-may-care attitude, but it's not so bad to let people in when they deserve to be let in. I'm reading this book right now called The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown, and one of the things she talks about is we all need to let our guard down and be vulnerable, But the other part of that is you can't do that with just anybody.
Right.
It has to be somebody who deserves it and has shown that they are trustworthy. And they're giving that to each other right here.
These characters mirror us in a lot of ways.
I'm Judy, obviously.
You're very much Judy. I'm very much Nick. I wasn't ever officially a con man. This actually hits really close to home for me. You've talked about on the show before that you were bullied a lot. I was bullied horribly as a kid, particularly in like 4th and 5th and 6th grade. One of the things I internalized is the exact same thing that Nick internalized, which was I was never going to let anybody get to me. And it's still a thing I'm working on. Like people, and I'm tearing up right now. People talk all the time in our comments and are like, oh, Alan, you're so open and available with your feelings and you're so vulnerable. And I just smile and nod and say, yep, because I allow myself to be vulnerable with certain things so that people think that I'm vulnerable. And there's stuff that I have started to deal with in the last few years as I've tried working through, dealing with addiction and other things that like, there was a whole big chunk of me that was open and vulnerable and I would let people in to see that because it was the okay part.
Yeah.
And then there was the other part that I was completely closed off on. And part of that was not allowing criticism to affect me. Anyone that criticized me, I wouldn't ever let them see that it affected me in any way. I'd just play it off and be sarcastic and funny. But it's wild to watch a cartoon about a fox and see myself in that fox so much.
Yeah. Oh, and this is the power of good storytelling, is we see ourselves in the characters and then their journeys help us in ours.
Yep.
Right?
You should be up there with me. We did this together.
Well, am I a cop? No, I am not.
Funny you should say that. Because, I've been thinking, it would be nice to have a partner.
It might be nice. It might be nice.
In case you need something.
Nick the Fox on your side.
But
I love that she is really starting to break through to him. She still hasn't had a breakthrough yet. She's still just her unearned positivity is just like, hey, I was right all along.
Yeah.
No matter what I do, if I just stay positive and keep working hard, it's going to work out. And it's even going to work out for Nick. See how right I am? Righty, right all the time.
Well, I was talking earlier about, if you work hard enough and believe in yourself enough, you can smash through the glass ceiling. I want to put an asterisk next to that because sometimes you can't.
Yeah.
Sometimes life, society, other people in power and authority will literally, you're just blocked everywhere you turn.
Right.
But what is true is you can decide whether or not to let that change you, right? Judy's positivity is toxic only in as much as she's not acknowledging when things are hard, when things are sad, what the limitations are. She refuses to see any of that. But the fact that she's positive and she keeps getting up and she keeps trying.
Oh, that's good.
Is a very good thing. It just needs to be tempered. Like, this is why she needs Nick.
This is why she needs Nick.
She needs some of his cynical realism, and he needs some of her optimism, frankly.
And he's starting to get some of it here. You see in his face that he's really starting to, like, I could be something other than what society told me I was, and I internalized when I was 8 or however old he was, trying to become a Cub Scout.
And that's a risk. Like, it's scary to hope again. And the reason it's a risk is because those hopes can be dashed.
Yeah.
But also, if you don't take the risk, you stay where you are.
Was I okay?
Oh, you did fine.
Oh, that went so fast. I didn't get a chance to mention you or say anything about how we...
Oh, I think you said plenty.
So we actually talked about this scene in our
Clearly there's
previous
a
Zootopia episode, but I want to focus on
These predators may be reverting
what this
back
is doing
their
to
primitive
Nick
savage
psychologically,
ways.
not what
Are
it's
you serious?
saying about society as a
I
whole.
just stated the facts of the case. I mean, it's not like a bunny could go savage.
Right, but a fox could, huh?
Nick, stop
Watch Monty
it
Python.
like
A bunny
that.
absolutely.
Now,
Vicious murder.
You know what I mean? You're not that kind of predator.
the kind that needs to
one
be
of the
muscled?
good ones.
The kind that makes you
she
think
actually
you need
says
to
that.
carry around fox repellent? Yeah, don't think I didn't notice that little item the first time we met. So let me ask you a question. Are you afraid of me? Do you think I might go nuts? You think I might go savage? You think I might try to eat you?
Such a great bit of performance.
I knew it. Just when I thought somebody actually believed in me, huh? Probably best if you don't have a predator as a partner.
It's such a modulated performance on, do you think I might go savage? Do you think I might try to eat you?
Mm-hmm.
Because if it goes too big, it's really, really scary. That's not what Nick is thinking, right?
Yeah.
Like, Nick is not threatening her. Nick is saying how ridiculous it is that you think this is even possible.
Yeah.
And for Jason Bateman to get his voice in that exact right pitch, and then for the animators to get in and make it like semi-threatening and scary, but not like big monster scary. That is a fine line to walk. And it's important to have it be absolutely perfectly right where it is, because it tells us that he doesn't believe what she said, but he believes that everyone else believes it.
Yeah.
It puts us in his headspace of, you're just like everyone else. You see me as a monster when I'm clearly not and couldn't be.
Well, and then the real world corollary, of course, is that the villain of this film is a sheep, which is stereotypically one of the most harmless animals that there is.
Played by Jenny Slate, and she is an actual villain. I have stories.
Oh my gosh, okay.
I don't. I've only heard wonderful things about Jenny Slate.
The mistake that Judy makes here is falling into the subtle messaging that she's received her whole life of predators versus prey, as well as the fact that she was assaulted by a predator,
right?
By a predatory animal. And I know you can relate to this because you're 6'4", and
big boy.
And I've seen you do this, and we've talked about this, how you often try and make yourself smaller in the space, especially your voice can be very soft. Make sure you're moving nice and gentle, because people can be intimidated or feel threatened just because of your size, just because you're a man, right? And here's the takeaway for Judy and for us. It's not that Nick is a fox. It's that if he were dangerous, he's got the claws, he's got the fangs, he's got the ability, but he doesn't have it in him because of who he is. It has nothing to do with Fox. In fact, the villain of the film is a sheep. All of us, whatever our gender, whatever our size, whatever, we sometimes box people into, okay, this person has the potential to do a lot of harm, this person is scary, this person is harmless. And then we're surprised when gentle giants, or then we have people who may be smaller and not as physically intimidating, who are capable of just horrific
Doing
things.
terrible things. Yeah.
Right.
Say hello to Grandmama. Isom.
And this is why it's important to actually take time to get to know people.
Gosh, think of the headline.
But this is why we don't
Killed by
classify people by race, religion, sexuality, whatever. Take the person in front of you, because anyone can be good.
Anyone can go savage.
And anyone can go savage.
Yeah, pretty much.
It won't work.
Fear always works. And I'll dart every predator in Zootopia to keep it that way.
I don't necessarily want to get into politics, because we don't do that on this show, but
Fear
always works is a fun topic to talk about.
Definitely.
Blood.
All right, you know what, you're milking it. Besides, I think we got it. I think we got it. We got it up there. Thank you, yakety yak. You laid it all out beautifully.
Jason Bateman undercutting dramatic tension is... put Jason Bateman in everything. To just come in and be a sarcastic, snarky little bastard. Like, please, everywhere. We got it, thank you. Like, come on. Does anyone do it better?
Are you tearing up?
I am tearing up because of how funny it is. Like, Jason Bateman makes me cry with snark. What the carrot farmer is wrong with me?
That's hurtful.
I don't know that anything's wrong with you, but there's certainly a lot unique about you. There's certainly...
Jason Bateman, please come on the show to undercut me and make me cry.
I've seen throughout my life that the people who are most different from you may surprise you by becoming your best friends.
Yeah.
And the people with whom you think you have the most in common when it comes to like background or worldview or you know, traits or whatever, can be the people you respect the least.
Sure.
And this is one of the reasons why it's so important to get outside of the echo chambers and to reach across the aisle and to engage with somebody who sees the world differently than you, has lived a different experience, because it can only help you to grow. It can only expand your vision.
Yeah.
It can only help you to be not just tolerant, but loving and accepting.
Well, to your point, like, background-wise, we have a lot in common. We both grew up in the suburbs in America in sort of religious households and, you know, met at the same university and everything. Temperament-wise,
we're very different.
Hard to find two more different people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And best friends for 20 years.
Well, and it's been good for both of us.
Very much so.
So, yeah. So the real question is, who's your Alan? They're out there waiting for you. Or your Jono. So until next time.
Blood, 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 and death.
Ha. Ha.
And watch movies.
And... Special thank you to our patrons over on our Patreon who get extended director's cuts and all sorts of cinema therapy bonus goodness. Folks like
Fletcher Etheridge,
Vagabond,
Vanessa Ibera,
Baka Pachai Baka,
and Zhuele 13.
Thank you, and we love you. And what?
Oh, sweet cheese and crackers.